doing a webinar now on uh, an invitation. I've spent, well, good part of my life traveling to fairs, festivals, and events because I'm inspired. And living here in Thailand, when you go to the marketplace, it's like a festival. Uh, there's food, there's barbecued food, whether it's seafood or meat or vegetables, all out. I mean, it's very festive every day, and so I feel fortunate about that. I do go to restaurants, but I also go to the marketplace, and the marketplace is a festive place. A lot of food, a lot of life. And so fairs, festivals, and events are all across America, across the world, actually, in Canada, Australia, and there were over 36,000 fairs, festivals, and events. There's websites that list fairs and festivals all over the United States. A simple Google will get you there. There's a .net and there's a .com. They both have different niche markets. Like what do you want to do? What are you interested in? Ballooning? There's a balloon festival. Are you interested in seafood? Are you interested in nautical? Are you interested in Viking? Are you interested in horses, cats, dogs, whatever it is, cars, airplanes, motorcycles, whatever it is, there's a fair and a festival. And it calls you, which one ever is your passion. And if you don't have one, go get one. Okay. Live into life. I mean, get out of the box. And I say, get into the moving box, get into a motorhome and get out, travel, and live your life of freedom. So I put together how I built my business and how I built my life and traveled to over 100 countries. But part of it was working on merchant ships, probably almost close to half, 46 countries on ships, traveling around the world. And that only inspired me to want to travel more. And so I did all up and down the East Coast many times, the West Coast many times, and across the northern part of America, 3/4 of the way, and across the southern part of America, not east to west, stopped short in Taos, Mexico. So anyway, your journey to freedom. I put together, and I've been putting together, I've had this like deep passion to share what I see people's, like they're pain, they don't know what to do and they're fearful and they don't know how to make a decision. Like they want to do something, but they're afraid. And I've wanted to do something and I don't know what lies beyond the horizon. But that's what one of the tricks is when you're making change and you're leaving family or friends or something and you want to go do something because you're pulled to do something. You're not pushed. You're not pushing at this. This is something that's gnawing inside that says, I want to live into my life. I want to do this. Oh, but so-and-so said this. My friend said that. My uncle said this. My aunt said that. My mother said this. My brother said that. My cousin said this. My friend said that. And it was all like, oh, how are you going to do this? And how are you going to do that? And what if this happens? And what if that happens? Well, half of that stuff will happen. And that's cool because guess what? You get to solve it. And there's always a solution when you expect it. You'll find a solution and you learn. And the more you learn, the more you think, the more you figure things out. And you can always hit the button here. You can subscribe. You can always follow me here because I'll give you solution after solution after solution after solution, breaking every barrier in your finance, your fitness, your freedom, your fun. Because I always told my daughter when I was driving her to school, because I had the time, And I'd say, Brianna, I can see it to the day. She'd be getting out of the Land Rover and going into the school. And the last thing she'd hear from me, no matter what, she wasn't quite the morning person, was have fun, have fun, have fun. You can learn. I know you can learn anything, but most importantly, have fun with the people around you. Help them, engage them. And I heard wonderful things. And I never pressured her. Oh, you gotta get good grade. You gotta no. Look, she'll figure out her pathway. It belongs to her. Her pathway, not my pathway, not what I want her to do. I want her to do what she wants to do. And that's what I want you to do. You don't maybe even care what I want you to do, but you need to care what you want to do. And I'm here to help you get you to do what you want to do if you haven't done it yet. And people are gnawing at you, holding you back, and your brain is holding you back. In the prison, the borders, the walls are all here and they're imaginary, and you just break them. And you look online, there's 100 reasons not to do something when there's only one reason to do it. And your reason just needs to be bigger than those. I mean, just they don't matter. It's somebody's right. There's a lot of writers in the world. And if they tell you really the way it is exactly, there's no drama. There's no story. There's no fear. There's no faith. There's no nothing really. So what I highly suggest you do is you go discover and enjoy your life. And the way things appear to be, where people tell you shouldn't go out, you shouldn't do this. Well, you need sunshine, you need vitamin D, you need to move, you need to be fit, you need finance, especially since things are getting a little more costly. So you get out and get. I put together this program and show you a step by step way to walk into your freedom. Run into your freedom, drive into your freedom, live into your freedom. A freedom of fitness, finance, and fun. So I want to share an overview of what's to come and why you want to come back for sure. You definitely want to engage, whether you're here on LinkedIn or on YouTube or here on Instagram. You're going to want to see some of this stuff. There's a lot of cool stuff online. But what I've got is mine. It's my unique flavor. And what I encourage you to do is do it your way. Do it your way. You stop at the places you want to stop. You do the things you want to do. The fork in the road, you make the choice. Which one you going down? That's that. That's that. You come to the why in the road. You're like, well, I don't know. How about sitting in silence? Let the universe guide you, because that'll be the most adventurous, best gift to yourself, maybe your family, your friends, and others that are down that road are calling you because they need you. And you follow that energy. That's part of the abundance and the true prosperity in life, right? Living the abundant life is following your heart, the heart and the soul, your energy, where you're attracted. The law of attraction. And a lot of people get this whole thing wrong. They read that book. I never read the book because I live it. I didn't need to read it. I just read the title. I said, yeah, I'm living that. And I opened in England the Gallery of Secrets. I got the secrets. I live the secrets. I know the secrets. I love living life. And I'm here to share them and open them up. I have lived them. I didn't read somebody else's book. I went out and I did it. I crossed the oceans on ships in storms. I went up rivers in Africa for 24 hours into Matadi, a town called Matadi in Zaire. A long time ago, I was in South Africa way back in the early 70s. You know, right? I was like shocked you can't ride on the bus with other people. I'm like, really? Stand in this line? So I've experienced a lot of this stuff. And I only tell you that because I've been there. I'm not reading history. I did a lot of things firsthand in West Africa. I hopped on a motorcycle and I don't know where I'm going. I'm going out in the village. I want to go and vibe with the people that live on the ground. And I ate oxtail soup with them and drank beer out in the wilds of West Africa. But also, I got jumped by some Zulus that are like 7 feet tall one night getting off a ship in Monrovia. So it was a little south of Monrovia. It was not quite the peaceful place that, or as nice as Monrovia. Anyway, that's in West Africa, in case you don't know. South America, different places. I just tell you a couple little stories that it's not even my home country. And I'm going out and I enjoy the journey. And you can too. Because when you keep the vibe high, you expect nothing but the best to happen. It will happen. And that's that. So you got to have faith. Faith, faith, faith. I built my life since I was a kid. Getting in the rowboat, going out in the storm. It's just like, I don't know where it came from. But if you look up, you can God, the universe, your higher power, whatever it is, or the energy of life is there. And when you keep the vibe positive, all the other stuff goes in different directions where it's attracted, where it's attracted. And that's why people don't have to use the W word, the worry word, because once you set your mind right and your expectations right, then the rest is history. You have to go forward with faith that and knowing. You got to feel it in your gut. And it took me many, many, many years, but I've always lived that way, kind of like some people might say fearless or faithful. I always like to use the word that is the upside. So if I use the word fearless, I've got the word fear in there and it's in my head. It's visible. It's mentally visible, right? So if I say faith loaded, right? Or faith filled, right? Instead of fearless, I say faith filled. Words matter. I got a line of jewelry for that, but that's a whole nother story. And I really transform my passions. I created a line of recovery jewelry. Why? I recovered from drinking a lot of alcohol and partying really hard around the world. I did it for 12 years. I had a blast, and enough was enough. Next, right? But I honor the journey of every single dimension in life. Some very, very painful. And that's fine, because when you have a little glimmer, a little spark, a little glow deep inside, that's the fire that fuels the roaring, intense bonfire, right? The flames, the white burning flames that will fuel you forward. It's there. And I'm here to help you fuel, even if you have that dim glow and your friends and your family are telling you, don't, or your brain is saying, don't, I'm afraid. No, no, no. That's all learned stuff, learned garbage. How do I know? I proved it. Like, I've been on the planet for many more than 60 years, okay? And I've been stubbing my toe. I've been doing all kinds. See, I got some scars here, a scar here. I got a few other scars, a couple of banged up stuff. Hey, that's history. That's like, you remember this time? Yeah. And you remember that, you remember that. And it's like some things, you know, you laugh about, other things you say, wow, I kind of wish I didn't do that, but that was a lesson. And it's all a lesson. So let's move on. What do I got? I got the invitation. It's an invitation. I put in together 10 videos. Do you need to watch one? No. You really don't even need to do anything. You just need to go to our Peter Stone Jewelry Institute, which is under development at the moment, and it will be ready in just the beginning of October. And you're going to have all kinds of training there, free stuff, a resource center to help you, whether it's your mindset, your money, your fitness, or you want to have some fun. I'm going to break through every barrier because I have. And I continue to because life is a never ending challenge. And it's like, oh, well, I made it. Well, yeah, you probably did. And that, don't worry, a tree will, whatever it is, the branch will fall and you have to pick it up. So, the leaves fall and they got to keep being cleaned up. You plant a beautiful tree and that's not the end of it, right? The fruit will come. Remember, the fruit shows up from the efforts. So let me share my screen and share with you what's to come. A little preview that I think, well, let's say, I hope you like it. Okay. I'm pretty sure you will. Myself, my team, we put some effort into this. So I will share the screen, challenged with all this stuff. Let me shut off my Skype here because a couple things are popping up. And let's share the screen. Share the screen. Here we are. Share. You don't need to see me. You need to see this. So I would like to share with you these 10 at some point, not today. I will be sharing and making these videos available. So these photographs, all these photographs I've taken myself around the world. I'm happy I can share those with you. The copy that we do is all our copy. I'm not, I have my original self. I use my photographs. I've taken, I don't know, 50,000 photographs around the world. I don't know, maybe you two have too, but I use them and I don't like stuff out of the box. I want you to feel the energy of these videos, okay, and this lifestyle. So I'm going to go through the list so you understand what's coming. So when you want freedom, finance, fitness, and fun packaged into one program, that's what I'm going to teach. So I can make the choices less complicated. So everybody, so many people like to complicate life. I've been accused at times of being a simpleton. And I'm okay with that because I'm living in my shoes and I do a lot of deep thinking. And I've written some books that aren't out yet that since I've been a kid in silence. And there's some pretty, I would say profound stuff. There's a lot of stuff that we all have. But we got to grab onto it and use it. That's the thing. You got a good idea. Just don't let it go by. Don't let it go by. Hop on and take action to the ones that vibrate with you. And that's why I made 10 videos because not all the things I've done are certainly not going to interest you, but they might. And I am hoping one of these videos inspires you. Okay. And start wherever you want, go wherever you want, but we will be launching this very soon. So pay attention, making simple choices, exceptional results, advantages of travel, new exciting journey to freedom, maybe a journey that you've been looking for a long time. Fairs, festivals, and events equal finance, fun, and fitness. That's true freedom. That's what I consider true freedom. And I hope part of you do too, okay? Or all of you. Why the Total Life Freedom Plan is for everybody who wants life's rewards. So you can go deep. You can go as big as you want. You can build an empire, an enterprise, or you can have a small business on the side, a legitimate business that makes you have to talk to your tax people that your motorhome can be a tax deductible item because it's your place of business. You have to talk to an accountant. I'm not an accountant. I'm not telling you what to do about accountant. I'm not telling you anything on what you can write off and what you can't. I can't do that. You find your accountant, they'll tell you everything. But I know there were some great laws that helped people that traveled. And I even heard at some point that like truckers get refunds on taxes, road taxes, they don't have to pay because they're commercial. And I don't know if that's changed too. But I know on my boat when I was a kid fishing and I bought fuel at the gas station, the state of Massachusetts used to give me back tax refunds for the money I spent on gasoline. So how's that? If the price of gasoline's going up and you need a business deduction, you want to investigate. I am not saying it exists. I am saying you must investigate to see if it exists. Thanks. Next. So that's where there's all kinds of rewards in this. They're hidden. And I mean, I went from eating 3 to 4 Dunkin' Donuts a day in March, April, May in Seattle, Washington. In 1992, I had an office and I rented when I went on a road trip down the West Coast and Highway 101 to Northern California selling my jewelry. That's a whole nother story. I talk about it. That in the summer, as the summer came, because I made several trips, and all the fruits and the vegetables and all the nuts, the filberts, I remember fresh filberts on the roadside, strawberries, everything. I lost weight. I stopped eating the donuts. I started eating sweet fruit and nuts and healthy raw corn, all kinds of stuff. And I got all red. I got healthy red. And I was started doing physical fitness because I started feeling better, sit-ups, push-ups, all kinds of stuff. Not a lot, enough to stay fit. 15, 20, 30 minutes a day of exercise because I refused. I had my back lock up once in my entire life, and that was the only time I'm over. And I never went to a doctor. I figured it out myself through common sense and research, and I didn't even have online to do it. So my point is, with all the stuff online today, you can do it yourself. Do anything you want yourself. I'm not saying be your own doctor, but you do what you got to do. You got to talk to your doctors if you feel that you got problems. But I just did. I'll tell you what I did. I did it my way. I figured it out. I'm strong as can be. I ride my bike every day. I go swimming like 3 times a week. Boom. You can too. Live into your life. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. It's the upside. You can do anything you want in your life, and age has nothing to do with it unless you decide it does. Okay? You decide how you're going to feel. You choose. You make it. You generate your energy. You make it. Nobody's going to show up and give you a bowl of energy unless they bring you some fresh, clean food and fuel. Okay? Now, this is what I'm talking about here, is the ultimate customization of your life, not my life. I'm just sharing you the tips. You grab them. Like I listen to a lot of trainers, like pretty expensive people, really expensive people, some of the best. You know them out there, the Robbins, the Burchard, and the Graziosi. Like I did that. But did I agree with everything they did? No, absolutely not. I pulled out the gold that vibes with me and I used it. And I went to work. And now this is what I've done. Traveled over 100 countries, living my life my own way, enjoying life. And there's a little damper on international travel. Somebody thinks, oh, you got to have a card and all that. And I'm like, nah, I just stay really strong and fit and just live your life. Okay. Be free. 24/7. So what we're going to do is we're going to have a guideline and adventure resource center. Again, simplicity is the key. It'll be all put together for you, whatever the subject that you want to learn more about, it'll be there, easy to use. All focused on freedom. Like people say, oh, my back hurts. Oh my God. Yeah, well, my back hurt once. I fixed it. Go to massage. I get massage here a couple times a week. Oh, what, you get COVID? No, I don't worry about COVID. Forget it. Forget it. Forget that. It's a big lie anyway for me, because I just, I think it's no worse than a cold. That's it. From what I observe, all the people that get it, some people in my company got it, and they say, oh, I felt a little bad, but I'm better. They maybe stay home for 14 days. That's like, are you kidding me? Why? All you did was feel bad a little bit. So you get it, get on, move on with life. And we got to keep our focus on freedom. Freedom, freedom, freedom. So others enjoy the journey, right? And I will share with what others have done. So a client, an associate of Peter Stone, someone I've known for a very long time, I suppose you could say he's a friend. And he is out and has done fairs and festivals for like more than 15 years. And he wasn't going to go. He's older. He's overweight, like 30, 40 pounds overweight. But he got COVID. His whole family got COVID. They recovered. And he didn't go to the hospital. He didn't have a shot. And he won't. But that's his choice. Everybody's got their own choice. You do what you got to do. And 15 people got it. 15 people recovered. Happily, he went to work. He's out doing fairs, festivals, and events stronger than ever. And the first weekend he was out there, he says, Peter, I wasn't going to go because I look at the news and I do this, do that. He says, man, there's more people out want their freedom. They want to come to fairs and festivals, spending money. He made $9,000 in 2 days. Fast, easy, small fair. Granted, he's been doing it for a while. People know him. He knows which fairs to go to. But there's lots. You live and you learn, and you make it fun. And a bad day. So what if a bad day was $500? I mean, really, right? So let's move on. So I share those people's experiences, people that do fairs, festivals, feedbacks. I got one guy, he's in a wheelchair. And he uses his van, and he has a couple of stores, and he goes to fairs and festivals in his wheelchair and sells his jewelry, and he buys a lot. There's no excuse. That's not the only person that's disabled that makes a lot of money with us. I will tell you. So the whiners and the excuse makers, look, you need to get over it and get real, because what an uncomfortable feeling. We've all been depressed. We've all had moments. And so the moment is the time to choose. I don't like feeling uncomfortable. So if I don't exercise for like a week, my body starts talking, like you can feel my muscles like wanting action, okay? Because I've been exercising every week, essentially. Yeah, probably missed a couple of weeks in there. I don't know, since 1992 on the Oregon coast when I decided, and you can too. I want to be fit. I'm not looking to be a muscle man. I just want to be fit. And I want to have finance, and I want to have fun. And that's the Total Life Freedom Program that anybody can have by choice. And by choice of clicking the button here, engaging, follow us on Instagram, and get connected in LinkedIn. That's what you want to do. I promise you, if you follow the journey of the Peter Stone jewelry journey, not about me, it's about what I've done, the things that I've overcome. And you can too, because all I'm showing you is the challenge and then the solution. Because we can, I've had people work in my company, and then all they talk about is the problem. Well, they got fired in 2005. I fired one person who was a VP in my company. Four others followed them because they had a clique of whining and wanting things easy. And I knew that I was taking a risk. I fired one person, four others followed. And my payroll went down $250,000. And the project I was working on, well, I put it on the side and just say, well, that project didn't work. Next. So if you think you got some challenges, I'm telling you, this is a real life thing. And I'm thinking, I got to fire this guy. How do I do it? Nobody likes firing anybody. Nobody likes doing tough stuff. But I just tell you, and it's always the same. You never want to do that. But when you have to, you have to. When when they have the wrong attitude, and you have to fire yourself sometime and change what it is that you're thinking and fire those thoughts and get them the hell out of your life and put a bright light and replace it and get pushed and pulled forward. Sometimes you get the push, right? You get the push, like pulling back and then bam, the slingshot. But what you want to do are things, and this is this is at the core of the total life freedom, is that you do something that is so aligned with you, that's your passion, that you love to do. That's the trick. Oh, am I going to make money? Yes, you will. If you do what you love, the money will follow. That's that. How do I know? I have done it so many times with so many different things in my life. Like I worked on a merchant ship, 6 figures, 6 months off a year, full insurance, dental, medical, optical. I didn't pay a penny for that except for my union dues. I didn't pay a thing. Out in the middle of the ocean, living on a beautiful ship with big stateroom, free meals, board, and traveling the world. And I quit. Who would quit a job like that? Oh, look, all those good. No, I wanted to do it differently. I worked on steamships. It was an art of the steam flow, of thermodynamics. It was creating and making things happen. Then they changed the engines to a car engine, essentially a diesel engine. Stick the key in, turn it and start it and clean it and shut it down and clean it and start it and shut it down and run it and go across. What a boring job that was, and dirty and toxic. Some of the chemicals they used to clean these. I said, I'm out of here. And that's when I started my jewelry business, because I wanted to continue to travel. And how could I do it? And I looked down at my hands and I said, wow, I could put $1 million worth of gemstones in my hands. I'm dreaming big, right? But you're also going to be chased for those gemstones in your hands. I mean, there's a risk in that. But in sterling silver jewelry and gold jewelry, no, I carried sports bags. No one ever knew what I was doing. And the journey went on. Surprises, all kinds of stuff. But it's fun. And it's rewarding. This is where life is value, is rewarding. And I look at Richard Branson sailing across the ocean on a race boat, on a sailboat, on a balloon. I mean, the guy, he risked his life every time, right? What an example of adventure. What an example of adventure. Extreme adventure. Costs a lot of money. And that's why I was labeled the poor man, Richard Branson, by this coach who said, Peter, you're doing all the same stuff. It's just at a smaller level. And I'm like, fine with that, because that's my life. What is your life? What are you going to do? What level? What are you going to choose? How are you going to choose it? So the number 1010 is the freedom journey today. Live your best life. make the move. And I'll by the time I'm done, you may want to make some changes. So I was these places. Okay. I'll just go the 110 video. I was in my jet ski out in the schooner races in Gloucester, Mass, in 2019. This other one, number two, is in Thailand at Koh Tao. The other one here is in a place called Bang Saray. And the fairs and festivals. This was done in my office. But I did do something in the office. And this was in the little town of Manchester by the Sea. The number 5 video is Manchester by the Sea. The other is another tropical location. It goes on. And a marina, a nice marina in southern Thailand. So where are you going to go? What are you going to do? How are you going to do it? You got to live in your life, or are you just going to, don't get shut down. Don't stop living because people are deciding what you can do, how you can live your life, what you can say, how you can say it, what you should be saying. You should be saying what you want to say, what's in your heart. As long as you're not hurting people, you should be doing what you're doing. And matter of fact, with a focus on, giving and sharing and being an inspiration to somebody who, whatever it is, to help them. And I have a little thing that I wrote way back when I was doing my intense recovery. And it's a statement. I'll read it and I'll pop it up on the screen, called give. Give. You don't have anything to give. Give a smile, right? Give a flower. Give a card. Give a note. Give a comment. Say something nice. I mean, to everybody. I'm in the marketplace and there's some pretty darn poor people there, but they're just trying to get by. And I make it my point to say thank you and make them feel valuable. Everyone in this world is valuable. And when you can walk away, one of my goals is to leave someone smiling. Leave a smile on their face. However, that is attained. People call me and I'm talking to the bank and they're like a machine, bup, 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 or, some company online, bup, 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 they're talking to all these people, or credit card company, you're talking to them and they're like machines. Is there anything else I can do for you? Yes. It is just about 9:30 in the morning. Do you mind sending me a dozen donuts? I got my coffee here. Just send me a dozen donuts. They're like, some people don't get it. And some people, they're taken back and they don't know how to answer. Or a pizza at noontime. I'll say, yeah. Look, I did that just yesterday. Is that, yeah, could you send me a pizza? Last night I said, well, I already ate. And anyway, you get the point. Break people's boredom and mechanical stuff and crack a smile, because when they're done, they're going to go in the break room. They're going to say, this guy, it's like I asked him if there's anything else he can do. And he asked me for a pizza. Nobody ever does that. Okay. Break the boredom of life and live into your life of freedom. Watch for our videos coming up and our program and live into your life of freedom, your life, the way you want it, and enjoy the journey. I have the Peter Stone Jewelry Journey. What is your journey going to be called? Think about a name. When you get off this call, off this video, off this webinar, whatever you want to call it, this engagement together, take out a book and start writing what you're going to call your journey. What is the journey you want to be on? Just write it down. Your goals, boom, boom, boom. Get ahead of 2022. This is Peter Stone saying thanks. I'm looking forward to engaging and making your life the masterpiece it should be. I'll see you.